Hello folks! Strategy sold Bitcoin again, but other major players increased their crypto holdings. Gold's price is climbing once more, and according to well-known financier Peter Schiff, that's bad news for BTC. Vitalik Buterin outlined Ethereum's future priorities, and Solana is showing signs that it might shoot upward. Stick with us until the end of the episode as we break down all these topics, and if you enjoy the content, fuel us with some likes and comments. Thanks in advance. Yesterday was Monday, which means the crypto community was waiting for Strategy's announcement. The company's founder, Michael Saylor, appeared on X in the afternoon, revealing that the firm increased its cash reserves by $650 million and purchased nearly $110 million worth of STRC shares. Once again, our guys keep the part everyone cares about, whether the company bought or sold Bitcoin, but that was easy to check. In the statement, Saylor said Strategy holds 840,447 coins, while last week the number was 842,137. In other words, the organization unloaded 1,690 coins for nearly $110 million, marking its fourth sale this year. If someone had told us a few months ago that this would happen, we wouldn't have believed it, but the bear market and the company's financial issues clearly forced them to act this way. Initially, the news didn't trigger much volatility for Bitcoin, whose price stayed around $65,000. However, in the following hours, the entire crypto market turned downward. Bitcoin dropped below 64,000, Ethereum fell under 1,900, and XRP barely held the psychological level of $1. Unlike Strategy, other major players are moving in the opposite direction. One of them is the Swedish public company H100 Group, which made its largest Bitcoin purchase, nearly 2,500 coins. Their total crypto holdings increased to 3,506 coins worth around $230 million. The average price they paid, however, is $78,400 per coin, meaning the firm is still sitting on an unrealized loss. Meanwhile, BITMINE acquired almost 7,400 new ETH, bringing its total to over 5.8 million coins. That's a massive amount, putting the company within arm's reach of its goal to own 5% of all existing Ether. That's a massive amount, putting the companies within arm's reach of its goal to own 5% of all existing ETH. A huge portion of these coins are already staked, generating over $250 million in annual income. BITMINE is also continuing its aggressive stock buyback program. Last week alone, they repurchased another 3 million shares, and the total since early July now exceeds 19 million. Let's talk a bit about gold. The price of the precious metal climbed to around $4,400 per ounce, its highest level since early June. And of course, who else but Peter Schiff would be thrilled about this? The financier reminded everyone that in previous months, when gold rallied, Bitcoin reacted in the opposite way with a sharp decline. He added that when gold corrected, Bitcoin bounced. Now that the gold correction is over and the metal is back in rally mode, Bitcoin has resumed its decline. Bitcoin is anti-gold. The more gold goes up, the more Bitcoin will go down, he concluded. Schiff, if you don't know, is a hardcore gold supporter, so comments like this are no surprise. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you see any correlation between gold and Bitcoin, and what do you think comes next? Vitalik Buterin announced where the Ethereum network is heading in the coming years. According to him, the protocol is now betting its future on three key areas: quantum security, stronger privacy, and AI-assisted protocol verification. Vitalik explained that he updated his roadmap from 2023 because the network's priorities have changed drastically. In the new strategy, a working plan for long-term technical goals, we see things that weren't part of the previous version at all. The most important is preparing for the so-called Q-Day, the moment when quantum computers become powerful enough to break current blockchain cryptography. That's why Ethereum is accelerating its transition to quantum-resistant signatures, new cryptographic methods, and Stark-based proofs, which are much harder to compromise. The network will also rely increasingly on AI-assisted formal verification, a process that mathematically proves that code behaves exactly as intended. According to Vitalik, this is now possible thanks to advances in artificial intelligence, which can analyze massive amounts of logic and cryptographic operations. Another major focus is privacy. Ethereum plans to introduce new mechanisms that allow more private transactions and protocols without sacrificing scalability. The idea is to create specialized mechanisms for the most demanding operations, transfers, swaps, future privacy protocols, instead of trying to scale everything at once. And for dessert today, we've got Solana. The cryptocurrency is currently trading around $75, but analyst Ali Martinez sees potential for a rise toward 100. First, he pointed out that SO is moving within a range where a breakout above $78 could trigger such growth. Then he noted that the steady sequential indicator flashed a buy signal. Finally, Martinez highlighted a golden cross that appeared on the MACD, one of the most widely used indicators in crypto trading for measuring trend strength and market momentum. Other analysts are predicting a jump in Solana's price, but overall we should stay realistic. In the end, the bears have taken control of the market again, institutional interest in their asset isn't particularly strong, and August is historically a shaky month for Solana. The price has closed in the red 3 out of 6 times. That's all for today, crew. We'll see and hear each other again tomorrow. And until then, as always, have a great and successful day.